We're here at the exhibition of The Astounding Problem of Andrew Novick. Andrew Novick is a 39-year-old electrical engineer who lives in Denver. We decided to exhibit Andrew Novick's many collections because we believe that art takes many forms, and sometimes the intersection between art and life can be its most interesting format.
I don't think he's actually physically capable of throwing anything away. I think he really loves every little object, no matter what the connection he has to those little objects. I do think that his collection, it's not only massive, but it's full of so many things from pop culture that I think people identify with, and because we live in this society where we do collect a lot of things, everybody relates to an exhibition like this.
I collect anything having to do with like teeth and braces and oral pathology. I like medical type implements and things. Toys that don't care is a category, which toys that have been kind of banned by the Consumer Product Safety Commission, like a bubble pipe, something like that was like not good for kids, or like a syringe toy. Originally when we started talking about this, I thought I had about 5,000 objects. But now once we've gone through everything and photographed things, it's probably like 8,000 or 9,000 maybe. Here's some, I guess maybe kitchen-y kind of things. There's like a plastic donut and half a cup of coffee. This maybe is kind of holiday-ish kind of category. They have like a really scary Santa Claus mask. Wacky food products is another really big thing that I collect, like just the packaging for things, or the fact that like some kind of food exists. So something like this, like hard-boiled quail eggs in a can. To me, that's just fascinating, and they have this really beautiful picture with floating on a blue background. Something like this, like it's just ramen noodles, but it's called Kung Fu, and it has a rooster on there. Like, oh, so here's some Chihuahua things, little characters, anything that kind of resembles a Chihuahua, kind of interested in, and I have part of my Chihuahua collection is a real live Chihuahua. Here's a Chihuahua with a Lucha Libre Mexican wrestling mask. And I don't know, I was at the Lucha Libre and I found this Mexican wrestling mask because I collect things regarding Mexican wrestling, thereby which crossing categories. A lot of times at thrift stores I'll find like knit items, it's a craft. So here's a really complex one. It's a knit girl on swing hanging from a knit branch. People will give me their doll collections when they're done, or they say, oh, my parents have my doll collection at home, so do you want it? I was like, sure, I'll take it. But then there's other stuff in the doll collection, like this is actually a doll of me. Totally cool Ange doll, that's my nickname. And it actually has strands of my actual hair. My wife made this. And then there were some glasses that fell off. Ironically enough, I got the LASIK surgery. This is Snow McCurry. I believe it is a self-portrait. Because it is signed Snow McCurry with a paw print, and how could I even live without this? This is like one of the coolest things ever. This is a tricycle that I happened to find at the John Benet Ramsey house slightly after the police investigation. This is my hair bulletin board. Whenever people were cutting off a strand of hair, or they would say like, oh, I have a strand of hair, do you want that? So this is an audio setup where you can actually listen to tape recordings. This is conversations with kooks, I guess I would call it.
Yeah, I wanted to find out about that death extracted from mouth.
Well, what it is, it's a spray that you spray in. You know anything about the mouth?
No, not really.
Here's a whole bunch of lunch boxes. To me, it's like if you just had like every metal lunchbox ever made, that would kind of be like a historical timeline of pop culture. It looks like we've stumbled onto the clowns. Clowns kind of scare the hell out of me, actually. The happier clowns, to me, are the scarier ones. Clown paintings is a whole nother sub-collection where, I collect thrift store art, and my theory is that when people are first learning how to paint, they're trying to think of something to paint. And they're like, a clown it has a lot of colors, and everyone, has a representation in their mind of a clown and stuff. So I think it's some maybe easy subject to try to paint, but then it ends up being like really a lot of really disturbing clown paintings.
Andy Warhol said that pop art is about liking things, and now more than ever, the distinction between art and simply creative living is being blurred.